Big Paulie coming to you on Slow Jams 103. Oh, hi everybody. This is Random Acts of OOTP. This is part 4, Enter Managing, and I'm Big Paulie coming to you, bringing you some random out of the park baseball. I usually play in private, if you will, but I thought I would share some of this with you as I forget to change out the Windows capture, so just give me a moment, folks. Double check this and get it right. Yeah, it looks about right. So let's do it. Here we are on, let's see here. Yeah, this is a league I created called the Classic Ballpark Baseball League. I'm managing the Tampa Bay Rays. This is a random league. In other words, the players come from all parts of baseball history. And I had just started this league in the past week. It is a 16-team league, as I'll show you here. And it's 16 teams. I forgot to delete a division here, so that's why you're seeing the American League up here and up down here. Where? Down there. And there are 16 teams in the league, each league, no divisions, the 30 normal baseball teams. And I added the St. Louis Browns and the Montreal Expos to each, the American and National League, respectively. And the top 4 teams make the playoffs in each league. It's a best of 7 in each tier of the playoffs. I do not. It's kind of traditional. I do not use the DH. I do not use all the newfangled rules like extra inning, the 10th inning, extra inning jazz that they use in 2020 and 2021 due to COVID. It's just straight up baseball. And I manage the Tampa Bay Rays. I am a manager. I am not a general manager. And what I do is I just do substitutions. I let my assistant coaches handle the base running, the hitting strategies, the defense, and the pitching stratagems. And right now I'm in a series with the St. Louis Browns. And you can see here I have some interesting players through history. I have Fred Lynn, Boog Powell, Rob Deere on my team, who was one of those guys when he got hits, they were all home runs. I got Monty Ward on the team, Montgomery Ward. You might have heard of the story. That's where I got my first ever computer as a Christmas gift from my mom in 1996 when I was 25. She gave me the big desktops that could only hold like 2 gigabytes, and now we have computers that could hold that in terabytes, 3 terabytes. And one of the first games I ever got on the computer was old-time baseball, with Kurt Gowdy and Mill Allen calling the play-by-play. So hello to all of you in chat who will be dropping by or who will be seeing this later. I'll show you a look at the St. Louis Brown team. They play at Sportsman Park, and the St. Louis Cardinals play at Old Busch Stadium, 1970s or so. They have Stan Musial on the team. They have some guy named Sandy Koufax pitching, and we're going to do 2 games. We're going to do 2 games because I usually get very tired by the time I do game number 3, so we're just going to do a couple, which is fine because we have 2 games left in the series. It's at Tropicana Field. Josh Beckett's going to start for St. Louis in this game. Now, you don't have to do a lot of work to get the photos. I downloaded. I was telling you this last week. I downloaded the photo file they have up on OOTP. By the way, if you go to the OOTP message board, the forum, and you sign up and you go to OOTP mods and you look for the 3D ballpark models, you could get practically most minor league parks in AAA, but any major league park through history. So go check that out. Maybe not some of the early ballparks in Major League Baseball history, but enough there to keep you busy for sure. Like I said, this is a 162 game, no division league, no interleague play, no DH. We just play old-time baseball around here. So I'm going to play my game with the Browns, and I'll talk you through what I do. The only thing I do is substitutions, which I have now set up. And by the way, as I record this on May 25th, 2021, I wish you all in advance a happy Memorial Day if this is like the only series of mine that you see. The Park Baseball, probably, I gotta be honest and say I think it's the best game in the sports market right now. In terms of the historical accuracy, I don't know about that, but the visualization, the fact that you could see these players, you could feel these players, and you could do fictional leagues. There's a lot of things with OOTP that you could do. If you want to have a historical league, and if you want to or set up like a random start league, and you want to use just all 80s players or like all players from like a specific season, like 1986, you could do it. If you want to use all the players through history, you could do that too, as we're doing here. We'll go through the lineups for the Browns, who later became Baltimore. Baltimore is a franchise in this too. Dobbs is in left field, John Dobbs. Musial in right, bat second. Paul Molitor, second base. Bill Horodny, I'm going to guess, is the catcher. Digi Gregorius, shortstop. You might have heard of him. Brandon Edge at third base. Billy Goodman, first base. He bats seventh. Goody Roseman, eighth. John Beckett, the pitcher, bats ninth. For the Rays, it's Fred Lynn, center field. Great Boston Red Sox player. Later moved on and played for the Angels. Diaz. Aladamez Diaz at shortstop. I'm just guessing on that first name. Jake Stahl, left field. Boog Powell at left field. Stahl's at first base. Powell is at left, I should say. Suzuki catching. Kurt Suzuki. Greg Norton, third base. Rob Deere, right field. Freddie Galvis, your shortstop. Mike McCormick will be our pitcher. And there are some new visualizations in the 3D play that I am... Oh, we crashed. We crashed. Well, folks, I wasn't expecting that. So just stand by for a moment, folks. What wonders never cease. I downloaded the patch today, and I guess it's not working very well. So we are going back, and we are starting up OOTP 22 again. Continue the game, and I'll come back to the capture screen. Oh... Now, hopefully this will work. We gave you the lineup, so let's just try starting the game again. If this game doesn't start, we're going to have to go to an... Yep, it didn't start again. Okay. Oh, boy. So I'll just come on camera here for a moment. No, I have to... Somebody walks in on you when you're trying to do a live video, which has never happened before in the year history or so that I've been doing this. Well, wonders never cease. I'm going to try it again. I'm probably going to crash it again. This is going to be a very short video if I keep crashing the game. So I could just try run as administrator. But we'll just try it one more time before we crash it again. I'll try starting the game again, and will it start this time? No. Okay, so... Come down here, run as administrator. See if that'll work. Okay, folks. This might be a very short stream if I can't get this started. Okay. Or we might just do something else. Try to get another game to start or something. Okay. Okay, we're going to try it again. We might have to do something else tonight, folks. Yeah, it crashed again. It did not crash the first time I did this. So I'm just going to come back on and talk to you for a minute and see if there's anything I can do. I'm going to open the file location here. I'm sorry about all of this, folks. All kinds of chaos going on. So I'm going to start OOTP in trace mode and try that. And worst comes to worst, I'll try it in safe mode. And if those two things don't work, I'm going to call it a stream early and we'll just work on it. I downloaded the patch today, and at first run, the patch worked fine. OOTP had a patch that became available about noon Eastern time today. So we'll try it again with trace mode on. And we'll try it with safe mode on, and if neither work, then I will let the stream speak for itself. I'll look at settings here, see if there's... But I wouldn't know right now if there's anything wrong with this. Okay, let's try it again. How much you want to bet it crashes again? It's not looking good. Yeah, it crashed again. Folks, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I'm going to look at a couple of things. But I didn't gimmick with this program. Just happened the way it happened. And I can't get it. You know, I'm going to just skip up a game and see if that changes anything. I did this with my 1971 MLB and it worked fine, but the game's been crashing a lot on me lately. It might be something with the computer too, but we're going to try it again. Okay. One more time, and we'll just try loading up another MLB or something like that. I'm glad nobody's watching this right now. Thank you very much. Had a disastrous last 5 to 10 minutes. And it's a disaster I hope is not repeated. Yeah, it crashed again. This is not good. It might be just me. Okay, so I'm going to try safe mode. And see if that makes a difference. Because I didn't try that the last time, I don't think. Oh boy. FaceGen features disabled. Yes. Trace mode is enabled. Yes. Will it stop your game from crashing? I do not know. And here I was singing the praises of OOTP, and then all of a sudden there's these series of crashes. Okay. And we'll try it again. I bet you it crashes again. Yep, it crashed again. Folks, I think this is just going to be it for the stream. Because I cannot get this working to save my life. And I probably have to run a few tests on my computer to see if nothing is wrong with it. Let's just try another league. And I'm sure the OOTP people might want to watch this and see what has gone wrong. I'm going to go load up Major League Baseball 71, and we just might play, I'll play tour guide, and we'll go through that a little bit. I don't know what went wrong. Something did. Okay, so we are in 71. Tigers, Athletics, Mets, and the San Francisco Giants are leading their respective divisions. But let's just try and play a game here, for heaven's sakes. The only game on this, well, actually, we're on May 13th, so I need to speed up to June. We're going to do this. And you'll see the game. I don't know what wrong with that, folks. For the life of me, I do not know what went wrong. So we're on May. Okay. So we've entered June the 1st. Let's look at the standings again. The Yankees are now leading the East. Oakland dominating the AL West about a year early before they got really good in real life at 72. Pittsburgh up 6.5. San Francisco, Houston, and Atlanta in a dogfight. So let's pick a game and play it here. Well, you got Oakland and New York playing each other, so let's just look at that. And I will just view the game. I'm not going to play the game. And we'll start the game. This time it works. I don't know what happened with the league I was in, but this is working, so we'll just play June of 71 out for a couple of games. So it's Oakland and the Yankees. Oakland, Campaneris at shortstop, Bando third base, Reggie Jackson right field, Rick Monday playing center. Joe Rudy at left, Mincher at first, Green at second, Tennis at catcher. Catfish Hunter is the pitcher who would eventually go and play for the Yankees. Horace Clark, second base. Carson, shortstop. Blumberg at right. Munson catching. Torres, center field. Ellis at first base. Woods in left field. Velez, the third baseman. Stottlemyre is the pitcher. And let me set up the views. We'll go wide low. And on the pitches, batter box camera is acceptable. And we'll go wide low on the action shots. I do not use the dynamic action camera. So we're in Yankee Stadium, and I will have to live to manage another week. And we'll update the title of our YouTube stream after we're done here. We're going to just play a couple of games. Stottlemyre facing Campaneris to start the game. These are the leaders right now in their respective divisions, Oakland and the Yankees. So we figured this would be a good place to start. Here's the pitch. Now note that they have batting helmets now. The catchers have batting helmets. And this is caught by Torres. And you note the frame rate is not all that good anymore. So it's Stottlemyre facing Bando with one out, top of the first. Grounder to short, over to first, 2 outs. This brings up Reggie Jackson, another guy who would eventually play for the Yankees, the straw that stirred the drink. 237, 7 homers, and 27 RBIs. And that's a liner, gets past the first baseman for a base hit to the right field. So Jackson aboard. And it is Stottlemyre facing Rick Monday. 2 outs now. Grounder to second. That should get the Yankees out of the inning, and it does. No runs, no hits. No one hit for Oakland. I was looking at the wrong column. It's 0-0. The Yankees coming to bat with Horace Clark leading off, 249, 232 against right-handed pitching, which is what Catfish Hunter is, a right-handed pitcher. So they wear batting helmets now in OOTP, and that's a liner to right to Jackson for the first out. We'll go through the statistical leaders as of June 1st, 1971, and a completion of play on June 1st, 1971 between games. We're just going to do a couple. It's the league I wanted to show you. Crashed on me a whole bunch of times, and you could see it there. Robert Carson at shortstop, facing Catfish Hunter. Ball 4. Carson aboard. That brings up Blumberg, who is 333 with a runner at first and 36 at bats. He strikes out. Blumberg out on strikes. Thurman Munson, the new New York hitter. Stolen base attempt, and they got him. They got Carson, who was not Karnak the Magnificent on that stolen base attempt. So we go to the second, no score. Stottlemyre facing Joe Rudy to start the Oakland second. We're improvising here a little bit here, folks, because I was going to show you how to manage an OOTP, but the league I wanted to show you, the game crashed several times, so we're just going to show you this instead. Stottlemyre looking at Mincher, because I played this the new patch earlier on the 71 game that I had set up, and it was working fine, but on the league I had, the CBBL, it was not working fine. Mincher, the new hitter for Oakland, stroke to left, and it finds the gap. We'll see how far Mincher wants to push this, and he goes to second with the double. Not too far from actually the monuments are just left of center field. You see them there underneath the flagpole, and they were prior to the remodel Yankee Stadium got in 1976. They were in play. Mincher at second, Stottlemyre facing Green. By the way, Stottlemyre, 394 on the year, 3 wins, 5 losses. Dick Green, 286 against righties and 241 overall. Sharply hit a base hit to right field. That could bring in the run. Mincher, no, he's going to hold at third. A single for Green. That brings on Gene Tennis, and then you got the pitcher spot, which in 71 in the American League still existed. That's a strike 3. Now you got the pitcher, Catfish Hunter, and he can't bunt with 2 outs. To the shortstop, double pumped, throw to get the force at second, and that retired the side. So Oakland gets nothing. They get a couple more hits, and we'll go to the bottom of the second with no score. Thurman Munson back up at bat because in the previous plate appearance, the runner going from first to second was caught. So Hunter will deal to him again with a fresh count. Now it's 1-1. So we just show you the at bat that the pitch that the action occurs on, and that was fly to left for the first out of the Yankees second. We got Rusty Torres up now. So that's the biggest change in this patch, is now when players are hitting, they have the nice shiny batting helmets on them. 2 outs now as John Ellis comes up. At home he's 280. Overall he's 357, so he's a bit of a road warrior hitter. Skied to, let's see here, that's going to be the center fielder. Goes over to catch it. Stottlemyre facing Bert Campaneris to start the third. This is hit well, but did he hit enough of it? Caught by Blumberg for the first out. The things that happen on a live stream. Sal Bando. That's the second out. So far, Stottlemyre has struck out 2 in 2 2/3 in 36 pitches. Reggie Jackson, 242 overall, but 249 in his career with 107 home runs already by this point. And Jackson could not get wood on that, and Oakland goes in the third, and we have no score. Ron Woods at left field. He's 222 in the first 3 innings, 282 overall. So He learns what the pitchers are throwing, and that's a pop up to the second baseman for the first out in the Yankee third. Otto Velez facing Catfish Hunter. And Velez did not hold up. It's a strikeout. In the game so far, Catfish has walked one, struck out two. He's at 36 pitches. So it'll be pitcher against pitcher here. Hunter against Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre, 267 with the bases empty, though he's hitting 182 on the year. Popped it up to, let's see, how far did he pop it up? It will be caught by the center fielder, Rick Monday. And we've had very quiet innings so far. We've gone through three, no score. Rick Monday, who just made the putout, is the new Oakland hitter, facing Stottlemyre. Ball four. Joe Rudy now up. Grounded to third, over to second for one, over to first for a double play, 5-4-3. That brings up Don Mincher. He's 292 in the middle innings, 251 overall, 9 homers, 24 ribbies, an OPS of 807, which they weren't talking about in 1971. Grounded to short, over to first. That retired the side. After 3.5, we're still scoreless. New York looking for their first hit of the game so far. Horace Clarke up, 247. Real life in 1971, he hit 250. Grounder to second, over to first. First out of the fourth inning for the Yankees. Robert Carson now faces Catfish. Strike three called. Ron Blumberg up. Grounded to second, over to first. A very routine inning for Oakland in the field in the fourth. We have gone through four. No score. Dick Green facing Mel Stottlemyre again. Green got a hit his first time up. Last year, 1970 being last year, he only hit 190 in 384 at-bats, or 380 some odd at-bats. That's a base hit, so Green 2 for 2. Tennis, and I don't mean the sport, now up. He's the catcher. Good power, 65 on a scale of 100. And that gets by Munson, and that's going to move Green up to second base at the very least. He is at second. Not a good base runner, but a good stealer. Here's your pitch. Base hit up the middle. Could Oakland get a run here? They're going for it. Green to home. Safe, and Oakland takes a 1-0 lead. That'll be an RBI for Tennis, and Catfish Hunter now comes up to take a few swings, although I think everybody in Yankee Stadium is expecting him to bunt here. He does. Just to the left of the pitcher, over the second for the putout at first base. Clarke covered. So Tennis moves to second. Bert Campaneris up with one out in the Oakland fifth. Grounder to third. Over to first for the putout. Now there's 2 outs. Sal Bando up. Facing Mel Stottlemyre. Just gave up an earned run, but is pitching well so far otherwise with those 59 pitches. Ball 4. So Bando comes aboard. Reggie Jackson now hitting. First and second. That's hit well, but right to Blumberg. It was sharply hit, but Blumberg did not have to move too far to make the putout. So Oakland picks up the first run in the top of the fifth. They lead 1-0. Thurman Munson facing Catfish Hunter. Munson on the year, 239. Career-wise, his career had just started. In the last couple of seasons, he's hitting 282. And Munson, this is going to be popped up to left field, I'm thinking. No, the third baseman gets it, Bando. And there's one out in the Yankee fifth. Torres now up, 229. The base is empty. He's only hitting 167, so he's not a guy who could kickstart an offense. Grounder to second over the first. And there is now two out in the Yankee fifth. John Ellis, 269 at home, 351 overall. This is the stat they had for him on his last at bat. Show me some new material here, guys. Grounder to second over the first, and again, the Yankees can't get anything going. It's a scoreless fifth inning for them, and you see a lot of zeros on the board on their ledger, and it's 1-0 going to the sixth. Stottlemyre now facing Rick Monday again. Monday 0 for 1 on the day. 213 in the middle innings, 218 overall. The pitch. Hit to center. Diving catch by Torres. What a play there. And there's one out. So the Yankees doing all they can to keep this game close. Joe Rudi now up for Oakland. Later go on and play for the Angels in real life. That's a long fly ball. Will it be caught? It will be caught by Woods. Had a lot of oomph, but he got under it too much, and there's two gone in the Oakland sixth. It's now Don Mincher facing Stottlemyre. And Mincher gives this a good ride, but the shortstop, Torres, underneath it. And we go to the Yankees sixth inning with a 1-0 score. Ron Woods will try to get the first hit here for the Yankees off of Catfish Hunter, who has been masterful so far. 5 innings pitched, 1 walk, 3 Ks and nothing else happening. He's at 51 pitches, so he's in very, very good shape. Grounder to third. Bando has to rush a little bit, but to throw the first in time. And there's one out in the Yankees sixth. Otto Velez now up. Strike three. So with 2 outs, it's up to Stottlemyre, who will hit for himself in the Yankee sixth. Grounder to third. Bando in time, and the Yankees go down quietly again in the sixth. It's 1-0 in favor of Oakland. Stottlemyre facing Dick Green. Green 2 for 2 to start the game. Career-wise, he's 239 and over 3,000 at-bats and has 66 homers to this point in his career. This is well hit to center, but it's going to stay in the park, I would think. Torres hauls it in, 1 out. In the spacious outfield of Yankee Stadium in 1971. Gene Tennis now facing Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre has pitched well, but Catfish Hunter has been unconscious. This is going to be a high fly ball to left, and it's gone. Did not catch the trajectory of the ball as it left Tennis's bat, but no, that's a home run, and he hit it to deep left center, 527 feet. That's a monster shot, and it's 2-0 Oakland leading. So Catfish Hunter now comes up with a little more breathing room, and he could swing away. And this is hit to center. And that's 2 outs. Torres making a lot of outs, put-outs for the Yankees. Bert Campaneris, as we go to the top of the order for Oakland, popped up to first. 3 outs. And Oakland now coming to bat in the 7th inning, trailing. They're leading 2-0. It's the Yankees coming to bat. Horace Clarke, the new hitter for the Yankees, as we get out of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. YouTube will slap me on the wrist for that. And that's a base hit, the first base hit of the game for Oakland. Not for Oakland, but for the Yankees. So a no-hit bid for Catfish Hunter. And now you wonder if the Yankees can get something going here. Roy White comes in to pinch hit. He's 290 so far on the 1971 campaign. In the late innings, 7, 8, and 9, he's hitting 288. Roy would go on and play baseball in the MPB, the Japanese leagues. Ron Blumberg up. He's another one of these guys for the Yankees that could tie it up with a swing. Stolen base attempt. And he's in there. Safe. In fact, the ball got by. The second baseman just trickled into the outfield, and that allowed Clarke to go to third. So it's a stolen base and an error. And the Yankees can cut the lead to 2-1 right here. They have two opportunities at it with Blumberg up. Hits him. So the tying run now at first base. Furman Munson now up. Slow grounder. They go to second and get the force there. And for some reason, Clarke was not moving on that slow grounder. Not perhaps advisedly so. And it's Rusty Torres, who's had a lot of work in center field. Swings at this one. And a diving catch. Did Monday hang on to it? He did. And New York cannot get nothing but the only hit they have had so far in this game in the 7th. It's 2-0. We go to the Oakland 8th and Sal Bando. Now Stottlemyre will pitch to him. Stottlemyre, like I said, he's pitched well, but Catfish Hunter has pitched way better. Strikeout for Bando, and that gives Stottlemyre 4 on the game. Reggie Jackson now up. And it hits him. Blumberg was hit, and now Jackson was hit. The two right fielders in the game. New York's and Oakland, so you kind of wonder if Stottlemyre was under orders to do that. So that has Rick Monday up, the center fielder. Popped it up. And caught by Torres. Again, Torres has made a bunch of putouts in this game, I would think. Now it's Joe Rudy. And that's a gapper to right center field. That might bring in a run. It will. Reggie Jackson scores on the double by Joe Rudy, and it's 3-0. I might try getting my league to work again now that this has worked well. Wild pitch moves Rudy over to third base. So the wheel's falling off a bit for Stottlemyre. And that's a base hit to left. And it's 4-0. By the way, the offense, I believe we should go through the Yankee defense because there were changes. Woods is in left, Torres center, Blomberg right. But we got Otto Velez now at third base. Kenny is still the shortstop. Clarke at second. Ellis at first. I think Carson started at shortstop, by the way. Munson's still catching, and Stottlemyre is still pitching. And after all of that, a base hit to right field. So Oakland pouring it on. It got by the right fielder, so more bases are going to be acquired here. And Green having a good game. Green got another hit there. I think he's 4 for 4. In fact, we could just check right here. Well, it's not here. You could look at the box score. Yeah, Roy White was a pinch hitter. Kenny came into the game. Yeah, Green is 3 for 4. Green is 3 for 4, not 4 for 4 as I had thought. Tennis still up. Stottlemyre still in. He hit a homer his last time at the plate. This is a wild pitch. It's going to be 5-0 Oakland here. Gene Tennis still at the plate. Base hit to right. It's going to be 6-0. So Oakland has blown the doors open in the 8th, and they have a 6-0 lead. Catfish Hunter. Your new hitter, and that's a base hit. Runner's going to advance to third, safe. Steve Klein comes in finally and mercifully for the Yankees, but the doors have been blown off of any chance of a win for the Yankees realistically in this game. And it's Klein against Campaneris. Klein comes in, 48 innings pitched, 52 hits, 20 earned runs, 8 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Good movement, good control. His velocity is about 88 to 90 mile per hour. Campaneris. Grounder, a slow one to the second baseman. He has to eat it. Another run scores. It's now 7-0. Catfish Hunter now on second. Phil Gardner is the Oakland hitter, better known later in his career for playing with the Pittsburgh Pirates in real life. 182, only 4 at-bats in scoring position, and nary a hit among all of them. So the conga line, continuing for the A's. This has popped up. This should get the Yankees out of the inning. Blomberg underneath it, and that's the put-out. But it's 5 runs. Oakland doing damage in the 8th. They have a 7-0 lead. Catfish staying in, and Tony Soleda comes on as the pinch hitter for the Yankees here, and he's taking over for the first baseman. So we'll check the outfield in a moment. Check the defense when the Yankees are next in the field. I don't think the Garner has come in at third base for Oakland to spell Sal Bando. Ron Woods, the new Yankee hitter with 1 out in the 8th. Grounder to short. Not to short, but to second. Over to first for the putout. And you got Bobby Mercer now up. He's another pinch hitter. Catfish Hunter staying in the game. He's only at 81 pitches, so he could probably go all the way if the Yankees do not cause any trouble. And Mercer flies this out to no, it's the shortstop that comes over and makes the grab. One of those I got it, no, you got it, I got it plays. So the Yankees fail to score in the 8th. They only have 1 hit. Oakland has 12. 7-12-1 for Oakland, 0-1-1 for the Yankees. Klein now working to Bill McNulty, who comes in as a pinch hitter. And let me just see, that'll be in favor of Reggie Jackson. We'll check the defense for the Yankees. It's now Ron Woods at left field. Torres still catching at center. Blomberg still at right. Danny Cater is playing third base. Kenny at shortstop still. Clark at second base still. And Tony Soleda comes in the game at first. Munson still catching. Klein working in relief of Mel Stottlemyre. Grounder to third. A slow one. Did they get him? They did get him. It's a slow grounder, but McNulty was not fast enough to get the first. So Rick Monday comes on now for Oakland. Cleanup hitter. That's jammed to right center. Did he get enough of it? No. It's going to go all the way to the wall, though. Monday, rounding second. Going for 3. He is safe. He slid into third base. He didn't have to. It could have very easily have been a stand-up triple. And Monday now at third. Here's Joe Rudy. And this could get in. It does, and it's 8-0 Oakland. One of those duck snorts to left field. And it's another RBI for Joe Rudy. 8-0 Oakland. Here's Mincher. Usually, if I'm playing one of these games and it gets to a 10-run margin, I usually just accelerate to the finish. I won't do that here. Fly to left field for the first out. Second out, I beg your pardon. Here's Dick Green, who's 3 for 4. Looking for 4 for 5 on the day, but he's not going to get it. Grounded to third over to first. And now we go to the ninth. Could Catfish Hunter get a one-hitter here? Score 8-0. Joe Pactois is the pinch hitter in favor of Stottlemyre. He is hitting .353 on the year. Season against righties, he's .375. See what Catfish can do here. Catfish would later play for Oakland. That's why you see him pictured in a Yankee uniform. In real life, he had a perfect game early in his career. That's one out, grounder to second over to first. Horace Clarke, 2 outs left for the Yankees to try to do something here. Grounder to third, over to first. 2 outs now. Jerry Kenny, the only thing keeping Catfish Hunter from a one-hitter. Sharply hit. Well, it's going to be a 2-hitter now as Kenny strokes that to right for a base knock. Brings up Blumberg. Catfish still has the complete game shutout going. Jammed the first. Yeah, he'll keep that. And a nice performance for Catfish as Oakland blanks the Yankees 8-0 in this 1971 game. We're going to try to get the CBBL to work. Oakland to 37-17 on the year in this sim, and the Yankees 30-21. Catfish went the distance, only 100 pitches. 2 hits were allowed. And he gave up 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Stottlemyre did not really get into trouble until the 8th. Catfish Hunter is the player of the game. And we're done with this. So let's go back out. And we'll go. We should go through what happened in each game. Boston 3-1. The standouts were Catfish Hunter, Bill Gogolewski of the Senators, Team Tennis of Oakland. Boston over Kansas City 3-1. Brett over Rooker. Sparky Lyle got the save. Curtis was the game MVP. Senators over the Angels 4-0. Gogolewski over Reynolds. You just saw the Oakland Yankee game. Milwaukee over Cleveland in a shutout 6-0. Krause Jr. over McDowell. Krause was also player of the game. Let's go over the homers. Allen hit a homer for Washington. Tennis, you saw him hit his home run with the Yankees. With Oakland, I beg your pardon. Rodriguez hit a homer for the Brewers. Detroit over Minnesota. Actually, no, Minnesota beat Detroit 9-0. Mitterwald with a homer. Hall over Lolich. In the National League, the Pirates beat the Cardinals 12-7. Homers by Lee, Oliver, and Stargell. Bryles over Lindsay. Alley got player of the game honors. Houston wins over Atlanta 6-4. Cedeno, Watson, and King hitting homers. Forsch over Reed. Forsch was player of the game. In the City of Angels, it was the Expos 5-4 over the Dodgers. Allen and Crawford homered. Raymond over Brewer. Marshall picked up the save. Ribont was the player of the game. The Mets and Giants did battle out Candlestick, and the Giants won 6-1. Bryant over Gentry. Bryant was MVP. Kingman homered for the Giants. Allen and Crawford homered in the Expo Dodger game. So now, showing you this, I'm going to try to do a game from the CBBL because I came up with an idea while I was doing this. So we're loading this up. Okay, now, if I play ball and we just keep the settings the way it is, will it crash again? I have the feeling that I need to play, either number 1, play a game, or number 2, keep the settings the way that they are. If not, we'll just go back to, yep, it crashed again. It crashed again on me. Oh boy, what can you do? What can you do? this point, I don't know what you can do. We'll try it again. Something's causing the game. You know what I'll do? I'll just skip ahead one game and see if maybe that caused the game to crash. I just might call it a day, folks. This is annoying me. We'll just go ahead a day. And that even crashes. Good grief. Maybe I just need to start up this league again and show it to you next week. So we're going to try one more time. But this is getting very annoying for me. Okay, is there anything I need to look at here? I did not back this game up. So I know this is taking a long time, folks. So let me just go back to 71, and I will just test because there's a check mark here where you could just check everything and make sure it's running good. Very frustrating. But I could always make another league. You know, I'm going to do that probably next week. Is I'm just going to start a league from scratch, just like the CBBL, and just show you how I do it. And you know, I was thinking about doing that over the weekend. So now we're going to load the game, and we're going to go back to the CBBL, and I'm going to run a full check. And this time, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and we're just going to call it a day. Because this is very frustrating. And I'll check my disk on my computer. Make sure there's nothing wrong with that. Because I am in Florida, and it gets humid in Florida, and even though you keep things air conditioned and fanned, sometimes stuff like this will happen. Okay, one more time we're going to try to start this. Yeah, it crashed again. Okay, I'm done. We'll just start another league from scratch next week, folks, and I apologize for the inconvenience of trying to start a league, but sometimes this is what happens when you try to patch something, when you download a patch and sometimes the patch doesn't work, and maybe in the intervening week OOTP will have a new patch that will work, and we can start from there. But I just might want to start a league from scratch and say fine. So my apologies, folks, for everything not working with the league I wanted to show you, but this is the age of computers, and this is what's going to happen. So, with that, I will bid you all adieu this evening, and we will come back Thursday. We'll do the Meet with Big Polly. I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of who will guest on the meet. I just might do an open. I just might do, as they said say in the old days, open phones, and just let you all ask me questions, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. So we'll do that tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Thursday night, 9 o'clock, to Meet with Big Polly. And with that, let me get out of here, check the computer, make sure everything is running fine. I'm pretty sure that's the case, and it's maybe just a patch. But we'll see. This has been